New York to do another show? Okay, I gotta get in touch with Saki first. Bye. Where's that sock? Hello, Saki? Yeah, they released the movie Bottom Feeders, the documentary about the Staten Island comedy show. The fans are going crazy. They want us to come back to Staten Island and do another show. You're on a cruise ship? Really? Okay, you'll meet me at the beach tomorrow at 12 noon? Okay, see you then. Where is that sock? What the hell?
Hey, let me out of here. Hey, let me out.
What the?
Got to get out of the bottle.
Come on, Saki. We gotta go back to Staten Island to do the comedy show because the Bottom Feeder movie came out. The fans are going crazy. They want us. They're demanding us.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Staten Island Comedy Show with your host, Nevin Cummings, and your co-host, Marc Bocchetti and Charo. Tonight's guests are Marc Kaye, Joe Pally, Joe Long, Tom Padovano, Farooq Husain, Alysia Hush, Carly Montag, and Frank James, singer and Elvis Presley impersonator, and I'm your announcer, Bodybuilder Bob. And now, take it away, Freddie Coscia!
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Staten Island, it's the Staten Island Comedy Show with your host, Nevin Cummings.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Staten Island Comedy Show. We're going to have a great show for you tonight, so stay tuned. We got a musical guest, Freddie.
Musical guest.
Elvis is in the building tonight. Elvis Presley's in the building tonight. Frankie James is going to be singing some Elvis for us. Fred, I always wanted to say that. Bob.
Elvis is in the building.
Elvis is in the building. And you know, we got a lot of comedians, so we got to get going here. I just want to give you my opening talk. You know what, Fred?
What?
This girl, she goes into the doctor's office, and she goes, "Doctor, can you please help me? Can you please help me? Every time I go to the bathroom, a dime comes out." So the doctor says, "All right, listen, don't worry. Just go home, put your feet up, rest, and see me in a week." A week goes by, she goes back in. "Doctor, it's gotten worse. Now quarters are coming out every time I go to the bathroom." "Listen, don't worry. Go back home, relax, put your feet up, and come back in a week." Comes back in a week. "Doctor, it's really bad now. Now I go to the bathroom and $50 come out. Doctor, what's wrong with me?" So the doctor says, "Oh, don't worry about it. Relax. You're only going through your change."
You're only going through your change.
You're only going through your change.
You're
only going through your change.
That was a great one.
You're only going through your change, right?
Wow.
That makes perfect sense, right?
I just got that.
So, without further ado, Freddie Coscia, take it away. co-host, Charo. here tonight.
Charo!
Charo, how you doing?
Hi, how you doing? No.
Keep it out.
And we have Mike Bocchetti, our co-host.
Mike Bocchetti!
Happy to be back. We got some beautiful women on and off stage in the audience with us.
Oh,
yeah.
great, yeah, all right. Finally, right?
That's it.
All right, we have Bodybuilder Bob. We have Fred Coscia, of course. And our first guest is Alysia Hush.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Hush.
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
Right.
So, Alysia, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, cool. You live in the city now?
I do. I've been here for about 5 years.
Oh, great. Now, who's your favorite comic?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Nice. And do you have a website or anything for anybody? Are you playing around town?
Yeah. I get up at New York Comedy Club a lot, stand up New York a lot. You can follow me on Twitter. I really need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Oh, don't worry, Nevin will follow you.
Okay, and if you see my name, it's not a prank.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, So do you have 5 minutes for us?
I do.
All right.
Alysia Hush, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you. As I was saying earlier, I am from San Antonio, Texas, and I was home about a month ago visiting my parents. Found out the hard way, my parents are still sexually active. Yeah, no,
Wow.
thank you. Yeah, great for them. I walked in and they were doing reverse cowgirl, which is gross, but you know what? Very advanced move for Republicans. I'm from Texas originally, but I have a lot of family that lives in Holland, and I had a cousin go to Texas for the first time, and afterwards I asked her how it was, and she was like, it was good, it was great, I love Texas, but she said one weird thing that happened is my dad took her to a gun boutique, and I was like, oh, honey, we just call that Walmart. Every time, okay.
Cool.
I gave myself highlights the other day, and I was feeling a little self-conscious about it. But then yesterday, I was on the subway, and a man actually rubbed his erection on my body. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? These look good. But it was weird because I turned around, and his penis was actually out. And I went to confront him, and he said the weirdest thing to me. He said, ma'am, this isn't a penis, this is a bike, which I know what a penis is, okay? But even if I didn't, even if I had never seen a penis before in my life, I think it's very presumptuous of him to think I've never seen a bike before. Thank you, 2 people. I was talking to a group of my girlfriends the other day, and they were talking about how much they love big penises. And personally, I've never subscribed to that. I've always preferred a small penis. It's true. I actually prefer a penis so small that it's just a clitoris. Yeah, surprise. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
It's a lot to get over, you know? I do date women. People usually have a hard time believing that. I think it's probably because I have long hair. I'll just cue it. Yeah. I do date women, but I had sex with a man for the first time in about 4 years, about a month ago. No. No, it was very bad. But I was talking to one of my guy friends about it, and he was like, are there any differences between sleeping with a man and sleeping with a woman? And there are. For instance, women, we're so much better at dirty talk. I think it's because we read. Oh, a big one. I had a boyfriend when I was in high school, and I was catching up with him the other day, and he was telling me this new thing that he's doing with his girlfriend in the bedroom, where they both get really close to orgasm, and then they stop. And he was like, it's great, we call it edging. And I was like, that's crazy, because for years, I was just calling that sex with Marc. I have to get out of here, but I'll leave you with this. I had to use a public restroom recently, and as I was waiting in line, the woman in the stall in front of me came out. She had her young son with her, and the woman behind me in line completely freaked out. She was like, I don't want to be in here with him. He's rubbing his little penis on everything. And I was like, ma'am, I've seen one of these on a subway before. That's a bike. All right, thanks, guys. Alysia, hush.
Great job. Really funny.
Wonderful.
Our next comic is,
Wonderful.
sorry. Our next comic is Carly Montag. Did I say it right?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Where are you from?
Originally from Fairlawn, New Jersey, but I live in Brooklyn now.
How do you like Brooklyn?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's great. Very hipster.
As you can tell, I'm a big time hipster.
I can tell that sweater. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How long have you been a comedian for, actually?
I've been doing comedy 2 years now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's the most fun part at the beginning.
It's been a crazy ride so far. Looking forward to what comes next.
Redheads rule.
Redheads rule. That is correct.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to go up and do some
Let's
stand?
do it. Yeah, let's do some comedy.
Thank you. Thank you. So 4 years ago, my 6th grade English teacher sent me a Facebook message, and she had one question for me. She wrote, and I quote, "Dare I ask, semicolon, gay, question mark?" Yeah, this is my 6th grade English teacher. She messaged me. Can you believe it? She used a semicolon. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It actually took me 4 years to respond to her because I was trying to figure out the answer. I am gay as well, yeah. Thank you, yes, thank you, yeah. And it's great. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's all, you know what, let's everyone be
I'm
gay.
happy every Thursday here.
Let's do it. You know, it's great. I actually had a hard time coming out to my family, and when I came out to my dad, he was especially confused. He was, I'd never had a boyfriend before, and he was like, well, how do you know that you're not into being with guys if you've never been with a guy? I was like, well, I guess that's a fair question, Dad. But then how do you know that you're not into being with guys if you've never been with a guy? I asked my dad that. So we both tried it. We both. All right. Well, it was fun for us, I guess. I came out to my sister actually first, and at the time she was planning her wedding, and she started crying, and then I started crying, and I was like, "Are you mad that I'm gay?" And she's like, "No, I don't care that you're gay. I just don't want you to wear a pantsuit to my wedding." So we compromised. I did wear a dress, made a flannel. Yeah. I do have a girlfriend. She is a vegan. Yeah. Luckily, though, she hasn't stopped eating everything that has eggs in it. Yeah, that deserved an extra one. You're right. You're right. We've been dating a few months now, so we'll probably move in together soon. And and I'm a little nervous because I've actually lived with a girlfriend before, and it didn't work out. Because my ex-girlfriend, she would do these things. She'd always pick what we were having for dinner, and she'd always pick what we watched on TV, and she'd always pick when we got our periods. Listen, guys, we were in sync, okay? We were so in sync. We would look at each other, say, "Who do you think's gonna get your period first?" She would always say, "It's gonna be May." It's an NSYNC reference, all right? Speaking of boy bands, I feel like it's been a minute since anyone's talked about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, right? Yeah. I love them, but I have a problem with that one song, "Walk Like a Man." You guys know it? It's like this epic saga of this boy whose girl is going around town telling lies about him. So he goes to his dad for advice, and his dad's like, man up, all right? Walk like a man, talk like a man. But he says it in the highest voice possible, right? He told me, walk like a man. What is that? Right? Something just needs to be said in a certain voice. Like, what if you went to the doctor and you're expecting some critical test results, and the doctor walks in and goes, you have cancer. I don't know. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Carla.
Great job, Carly.
That was great, Carly. All right, that was great. Hey, Mike, you were a little late on that egg joke.
I was laughing. I was enjoying it. That's right.
Oh, okay.
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 Hi.
So, hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Joe Long.
Hi, Yolanda.
Go along, Joe.
Go along.
I knew that was going to come up tonight.
Where are you from?
I think I'm from Staten Island. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
great. Perfect. I'm from Staten Island, too.
Do where?
Around here.
Where's around here?
Close to here.
Let
far
me know.
away
Make
from
it
here?
easier for the stalking, okay?
Okay.
Let me know exactly, you know? Like I said, you get your schedule, I'll get mine. I like the cheap late.
Perfect.
Okay?
We do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
I
it.
got your
We
number.
yes, we got
I
it.
won't tell you how I got your number, but I got your number.
Don't worry. I got yours, too.
Did you?
I don't know how, but I do have your number.
You went by the post office?
I did.
Then you got my number.
I did. Only this morning I did, before I come to the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Now,
Okay,
will you move over? I can ask
There's
you-
love in the air, I see.
Hi. Yeah.
I fell in love almost 15 minutes ago.
Okay, all right.
Wait.
I was talking to you 15 minutes ago. Also.
What'd you?
You were talking to me 15 minutes.
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm confused. Which
But
one
I
did
got
fall in
confused
love
with both of you. I thought you was John.
No, that's Bob. That's Bob. I'm Joe.
What about Mike?
I thought he
What
had
about Mike?
his last name is Long or you?
No, I'm Long.
Oh, okay. I got
I'm
confused.
Long. And let's put it this
With
way.
that-
Let's put it this
with
way.
that
I
body
wasn't
build that he
adopted.
have?
I wasn't adopted.
Anybody get confused?
Sometimes he's short.
Oh, so
Depends at
I'm
the
not
end
like
of
a
the week.
girl. I like a short too.
Do you?
Let's get
Oh,
the show
yeah.
on the road.
Then it'll go either way.
Okay, so
Yes.
so Joe, do you have a fun act for us?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Courageous cat and Minute Mouse.
Are you done now?
Go, go.
He's done.
Done.
Well, let me start out with, I got a new girlfriend.
Wait a minute, where did you meet her, Joe?
Nursing home.
Nursing home.
Yeah.
How old is she?
Well, let's put it this way. She's a cougar. She's older than me.
Well, you're 61.
Yeah, and she's a little older than that.
How old are you? I'm 73. She's older than me.
Well, she's between 80 and under 100.
Under 100?
Yes,
Well, what is that?
97
97
and a half.
and a half. Oh.
Yes.
Ah, what a...
I tell you, Ben Gay became an aphrodisiac.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
I wear Ben Gay.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
But I tell you one thing and stuff. She's very sexy woman. Depends, a very sexy when you shut the light down low or completely off. She comes walking out of the bathroom. Oh, I'm still turned on. But I tell you, sex talk. Wait.
Stop it now.
Stop it. Sex talk with her is, do you have 911 on speed dial? Getting lucky. Wait, getting lucky now is not getting dirty looks from the grandchildren at the funeral. What?
Come on.
Wait.
Talk about Hillary or something.
Wait, I'm telling you about this girl. She's wonderful.
I don't want to hear about it.
Why?
Because you get me...
Why? Why?
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
All right, now it's over.
No, not yet. I got a couple more.
Okay.
Can I say a
Go
couple
on,
more?
Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying to go long, but you're cutting me short. God. So it was...
I'm not saying nothing.
You're not saying nothing. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
You don't want me to talk about the nursing home, do you?
Not going to go back to that again.
I was going to finish, but you won't let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
Can I finish?
Is he good?
Yes.
All right, then
I
do
know
it.
she's only using me, not for the sex. She thinks I'm going to give her a kidney. She's not
Oh, that's terrible.
She's not getting it. Come on,
That's
she's
terrible.
97
Would you
years
leave the
old. She
girl
lived a
alone
fine
already?
life.
Let it die in peace.
Well,
Wait a minute.
I tell you one thing. I'm worried about that phone call I'll get one day when the coroner
Let it
calls
die
up
in
and
peace.
cancels our date.
Wait a minute.
Are you done?
No, I'm done, but are you done?
I'm trying to get done, but you keep jumping
All right, go
in.
ahead. All right.
Can I finish?
Go ahead. Who's on first?
Who's on second?
Yeah.
I don't know who's on third. I'm going to try to finish, but you're going to interrupt me again. You
I
still got
don't
my
care.
phone? Oh, wind it up? Okay, I'm going to say good. You know, this one
Your jokes were unbelievable. Staten Island loves you.
Yeah, well,
You can tell.
Yeah, they do love me. Okay, now I'm going to say goodnight to Cat. I love you, Cat.
Cat? Who's a cat? You got a cat? I thought you had a girlfriend.
Yeah. Her name is
that's
Cat.
the cat? I get it.
okay.
If you did a cat. All right,
Hey, you know, before I go, I got to feel kind of upset.
This is it, though.
Oh, this is it. I'm
right,
kind of upset because, you know, we had two lesbians come out, then I walk out, and I'm not gay.
All right.
That's it.
Well, Joe went a little long, huh?
It goes with the name.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Great
it's
jokes,
name.
huh?
Yep. Yeah, great job.
He's the only one that can tell a long joke and end it.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, without further ado, Freddie.
What's that?
We have a special guest.
Get out.
And Elvis.
All right. You're on the air.
Thank you very much. Since my baby left me, I found a place to dwell. It's down the end of a lonely street. That's Heartbreak Hotel. Oh well, Heartbreak is so lonely, baby. Heartbreak is so lonely. Heartbreak is so lonely, I can die. Well, although it's always crowded, there's still found some room. The broken hearted lovers can cry in all the gloom. Well, heartbreak is so lonely, baby. Heartbreak is so lonely. Heartbreak is so lonely, I can die. Wow. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. Hey. I'm all shook up, come on. Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting in the wild, so boy, I'm in love. I'm all shook up, hey, hey. Well, my knees are shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think when you have such luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up, come on. Hey, 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 hey. A little mixed up, but I'm feeling fine. And I see a girl that I love best. My heart scared me to death as she touched my hand. Until I got her lips are like a volcano and it's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. I'm all shook up. Hey! Staten Comedy Club, baby. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elvis.
In the building.
Elvis, you're in the building.
He's in the building. Alive.
Moving right along, we have our next guest is Marc Kaye. How you doing, Marc?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, good. Welcome to the show.
I will shake your hand.
Okay.
I'll
Don't shake his hand. Oh, no.
I'll shake your hand too.
Nice to meet you.
So Marc, where are you from?
I live outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, good. So how long you been doing comedy?
About 7 or 8 years, like in there, in that time frame. Yeah.
Nice. Who's your favorite comic?
I'm a big Gary Goldman fan, actually. Do you know Gary Goldman?
Gary's awesome.
He's an amazing writer and a
Good guy,
big
too.
fan of him. Yeah, big fan of his.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And do you have any dark secrets?
Lots, yeah.
Oh.
Which one? Can you say one at all?
That's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay, where can they get you? On Facebook and stuff?
Yeah, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah,
Okay.
you can find me there. Follow me.
Follow you,
Yeah.
Marc
Can you
Kaye?
say your
Marc Kaye.
Facebook?
Marc
It's just
Kaye.
Marc Kaye. There's like a bunch of us, but I'm like the 5th one, I think. So,
Okay,
yeah.
fifth one down.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's boats in the picture.
Okay, that's the key. All right.
Yeah,
Lots of
yeah.
boats, just like mix.
Just a mixture of boats from
Oh,
Maine.
cool.
Yeah, because I don't know why. Yeah. That's one of my dark secrets.
Dark secret?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, Marc Kaye. Here, ladies.
All right. This is much better than staring at Elvis's ass for 5 minutes. I appreciate it. Thank you. That was a little awkward. I'm going to say a little awkward. That was
Yeah.
so my name is Marc. I am a single dad of 2 teenagers. So yeah, I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
Don't like to brag. I don't know what just happened here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Is the mic on in there?
Is the mic? Is this thing on? All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good. So yeah, I like being a dad. I do. I don't like when people keep telling me to enjoy it now. You know what I mean? Like when I was first married, people were like, "Oh, hey, Marc, enjoy it now. You'll miss your freedom one day." You know. And then I had kids, and people were like, "Hey, Marc, enjoy it now. You'll miss your kids one day." Am I going to be like 80 years old and some 100-year-old dude is like, "Hey, Marc, enjoy it now. You'll miss your real underwear one day." You know, like. So, thank you. That's what I've been missing these 7 or 8 years I've been doing comedy. Yeah, it's the drum. My son is 17. I'm trying to communicate with him, but it's hard. Like I'm asking him questions that are stupid. He doesn't want to hear like, "What did you learn in school today?" Last week he told me, he goes, "Oh, you know what I learned? You know, like Lil Kim and Lil Cray. You know who started that? It was Lil Wayne." I was like, well, first of all, disappointed. Yeah. Second of all, it wasn't Lil Wayne. It was Lil Debbie. Yeah. Exactly. And before Drake, thank you. And before Drake was a rapper, Drake was a delicious after-school cake. Yeah, it was. That's right. I'm trying to teach him rap is hit and miss, but ding-dongs and ring-dangs, right? They never disappoint. That's all I'm saying. My daughter's a sophomore. She has to do a volunteer project in high school. She decided she wants to adopt a highway, you know, like these signs.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh.
I was like, maybe we could adopt a bedroom first. Is that okay? Thank you. That never disappoints, that job. I just told her, I was like, maybe we can clean the crap around her bed and then worry about the turnpike. You know, that was kind of what I was saying. You know, think global, act local. That was my thing with her. That one just, wow, that was a great one. That hit. Thank you. I'm here all night, 2 drink
That's
minimum.
no way.
You're right. The longest 5 minutes of my life. No, that's good. It's good. One of the things I like about being a dad is I shop at Kohl's. You guys have Kohl's in Staten Island?
Oh,
You guys-
yes, we do.
Yes.
Right over here.
Let's give it up for Kohl's. It's amazing. I do all my kids shopping there,
Yeah,
right?
they got everything.
They got everything. I buy my clothes, quesadilla maker. I buy a candle because you got to buy a candle or a frame. It's the law. You
Right.
can't leave Kohl's without one. Yeah, it's amazing. I bought all that stuff. $38.62.
Wow.
saved $687. They circle it on the receipt. No, it's incredible. I love it. I do.
Cool.
Yeah. I had to buy a suit though. I didn't go to Kohl's for that. I went to Men's Warehouse. You guys have Men's Warehouse?
Oh, yeah.
That was a little weird. I walked in and she was like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "A hybrid vehicle." Like, what do you think I'm? I was like, "I'm here to buy a suit." She's like, "Well, what's your style? Is it like Fallon, Timberlake, Clooney?" I was like, "Do you have a DeGeneres line? Like, is there a lesbian section?" I just be fitting. I don't know. I just spoke to my mom tonight. I play this game with my mom every time I talk to her. I don't know if you guys play this game. It's called Do You Remember? Do you guys play this game with your... No? It goes like this. So I talk to my mom, and in the middle of nowhere, she goes, "Hey, Mark, do you remember?" And then she names somebody from like 20 years ago. And I go, "Oh, yeah, my chemistry teacher." And then she goes, "Yeah, he's dead." And that's the whole game. That's always the same answer. It's never he, got remarried, came back from vacation, won the lottery. It's always dead, dead, dead. When my mom says, "Do you remember?" I hear bump bump from Law and Order because I know that someone, thank you, someone died. It's true. It's I am finding this whole gender equality thing a little bit confusing. I heard there's something called a sapiosexual. My son was telling me about that. He was dating a sapiosexual. I said, "You're dating a dinosaur?" That was it. And he was like, no. That's like when, a girl can't be into you sexually if she's not into you intellectually. I was like, "Oh, you're dating a middle-aged Jewish woman. Why didn't you?" That's good. No. That's the one that hits. I should have started out with the sapiosexual. So I have lots of Jew jokes if you want, but no. I'll just end on this one. No. Oh, that you like. I'm not gonna do it. It's not happening. I'll do this one. So I donate blood. I don't know if you guys ever donate blood or anything. Your blood is too pure, I'm sure. But and it's okay. But like they start out with all these questions they have to ask you. And first it's like, are you allergic to shellfish? And then before you know it, it's like, have you had gay sex between 89 and 93 while eating bad beef with an African man? You have to think. You're like 89 to 93. No, it was definitely chicken. But my favorite question is like, have you ever paid for sex? I'm like, I don't know how to break it to you. I have 2 kids. I pay for it every day of my life. Thanks, guys. I'm Marc.
So true.
Wow.
Good show we having tonight.
Great.
Okay.
Great comedy.
So
Great guys, great people.
Our next guest.
Our next guest is what? Joe Polly. Oh, hi, Joe.
Hi.
I was looking at the other Joe.
Another Joe. 2 Joes.
He looked like a Joe too to me. And anyway, I was joking.
I thought you were going to say Jemima.
Jemima.
Okay.
No. Where you from? May I ask? Oh, great.
Joe's a good guy, man.
Yeah,
thanks, Mike.
No.
I love Mike.
Now my friend too,
Yeah,
Joe.
all right.
My friend too. Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
where we going later?
Welcome to the show.
Got another friend.
Got another friend.
Yeah, we have another
We got
friend
another
here.
bottom feeder.
Yes. So you're from Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn are you?
Originally Bensonhurst, but I'm Bay Ridge now, so I'm making my way closer.
And who is your favorite comic?
My favorite comic is Norm Macdonald.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
good. So what you have for us tonight?
I thought I'd do 5 minutes, if that's
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
So,
All right.
go ahead.
Great.
So you
Go.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm told that this actually is going out to a lot of different stations, a lot of places. So I just want to say it's great to be here on your local cable channel. But no, we're here in Staten Island. It's great to be on Staten Island Comedy. I came here from Brooklyn. And so for those of you who don't know, but everybody here in the audience knows, that to get here, it's just a bridge away. But actually, I want to thank everyone who contributed to my GoFundMe to pay the toll to get here. You guys that don't live here, it's what, $700 now? The toll, the Verrazano Bridge?
Yes.
Worth every penny, I tell you, to come out. I love Staten Island. I really do. Recently, I was at a show in Queens, Queens, also in New York. Birthplace of our president, Queens. Hometown, birthplace of our president. You know, I gotta tell you, after going there, now I know why he hates foreigners so much. Queens. You guys haven't been to Queens lately, huh? Check it out. There's something in that joke for everyone or no one. Finally. All right. So here's something fun. If you're on the train, on the subway, sometimes, you know, you're on there for a while, it gets boring. A little prank I like to play. When you see somebody who's fallen asleep, you go right up next to them, like quietly, and right before the doors are about to open, you go, "Hey man, it's your stop. Hey man, it's your stop. It's your stop. Hey, it's your stop. It's your stop." Bing bong. The doors open. They scramble. They fall every time. It works every time. So you guys, a couple of you are laughing. Those are the not very nice people. See, I'm a nice guy, so I will only do that to an Asian person at Canal Street. Because if you're in the city, chances are it's their stop. I mean, it's like a 90% chance you're doing your good deed for the day. You can laugh. I'm not racist. I know that because I've heard that racism skips a generation. I always feel bad when I make that joke. Well, a little bit. Because it's about my dad. And, you know, I mean, really, he's just a product of where he grew up in the South of Brooklyn. Somebody was talking about Jews earlier, right? Woo! My dad's Jewish. My mom's Catholic. Jewish and Catholic, which means through most of my childhood, they were divorced. Talk a little bit about relationships. I'm married now, but when I was single, I did all right. I like to talk to girls once in a while. And there was one time I was talking to this girl, and I thought we were hitting it off pretty well. She was actually a bartender. And when I finally decided to make a move and I asked for a number, she said, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. It's long distance, but I have a boyfriend." I said, "Long distance never works out. You guys know long distance relationships. They never work out." And she was like, "No, it's different for us." I said, "It's not different. It never works because intimacy, and I'll say it, sex is too important. And in a long distance relationship, they're just, you can't have that." And she said, "Well, you know what? Even though he's in Florida, I'm in New York, we don't have that problem." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, why is that?" And she said, "Well, because he has a 1,200-mile penis." So the thing about that, though, is if he moved one town over, it would kill her.
The show just now.
He did.
Yeah, he was here.
It was Joe Long?
Joe Long, yeah. That's why they call him Joe Long.
Let's keep it. Where did he go?
I don't know, but there's his penis.
Joe Long penis. That's now I know who took that stage name. All right.
Go long, yeah.
So that's so long distance. Oh, actually though, I'll tell you what. Jeez, now I'm just thinking about Joe's penis, but like everybody else here. Rim shots are like a toothache. You know, you think no, it's actually just no, you don't want it. You know.
Lucky I wasn't named Richard.
Why is that?
Imagine the name.
Matt.
Richard Long?
No,
yeah, I can't say it. They told me I can't say it. It's a good one though.
Don't worry, I got your back.
I'll tell you what though.
Get it.
Mike Bocchetti said it. Dick Long. This is
Dick Long.
This is the spot. I got the spot. Right? All right. I got 5 more minutes. So.
Say it.
No, what? Dick Long? They really want me. They just want me to say. It's a name, so it's totally. We just got canceled by a couple of channels. Yeah. They didn't like the Trump jokes. They already. I lost them before. What else we got? What was like? Oh, one more thing about the long distance relationship. For me, a long distance relationship really is anything over 6 inches. It's not going to work out. We're too far apart. All right, thank you guys. Thank you. All right.
Oh, no, that's not, we're mixed names.
Oh, you mixed up.
Yeah, no.
That's okay. It's Nick Carla?
That's right.
Nick Carra.
Nick Carla, yeah.
Nick Carra.
Nick Carla.
Nick Carla.
Nick Carla.
Nick Carla.
Nick was the son that had He's a good guy.
Oh, man.
that's nice.
Oh, good. I didn't know my papa.
Well, now you do, don't worry.
Oh, man. He's my papa, everybody. I came right out of Bocchetti bowl. All right, now it's an awkward silence.
No, I did do a lot of shows with Nick. He's really a funny guy.
Oh, man,
Really
thank
is.
you, thank you.
Nick, tell them some more about yourself without me interjecting. Sorry.
Oh, well, you know, I moved here to Staten Island from Florida. Has anyone been to Florida? It was in the beginning. There was Florida in the beginning of the
I was
episode.
on the beach with Saki.
That's right. I was born on that beach.
Oh, cool. Did you ever see Saki over there?
I might have been left in him.
Oh, okay.
Dolphins are
Probably he got stuck in the bottle.
I wouldn't leave you on the beach like that. So, Nick, what's your favorite comic?
Hitler.
Ooh.
Richard Hitler Pryor.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'll start.
Okay. Thank you.
Give it up for the drum player, everybody.
Yeah.
Our drummer. Looks like a strip club. It looked like a strip club owner in Idaho. That's I own you. I don't know if anyone sees the. There's a Trump bear here.
No, that's a president.
That's. Can I show? Can the president make an appearance on public access?
Yes.
I can show him. All right.
You
here.
can show him.
Well, in the most respectful way. In the most respectful way.
That's Trump,
We have
our president.
Trumpy the bear, everybody. Huh? Give it up for Trumpy the bear. Wow. Look at that. He still has better hair than I do.
That's somebody in the studio's bag. He put in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the producers.
Okay. I thought about getting a haircut for this earlier today.
Okay.
And then I looked in the mirror and I thought, it might be your last one, pal. You know? It's not looking great for Nicky Boy. 22, looking into Rogaine. Not good. I look terrible. I'm 22, and I feel like I used to think older women were into me. Turns out they just look at me as an equal. I love that thing. Oh, Mike's microphone, everybody.
Mike always loses his.
I do crowd work on the televised thing. That's what. He dropped it.
You grabbed Mike.
I want to wait. I want to make sure Mike doesn't trip.
Yeah, Mike, don't trip.
All right, now, okay, there you go. Help him.
Mike lost his mic.
Oh,
Mike
give yourself one. Give yourself one.
Boom. Mike lost
Drummer. Whew, I grew up in Florida. No, it's fine, Mike. I grew up in Florida. I grew up in Florida next to a meth dealer. His name was Hoo Tooth Jim.
Ooh.
We called him that because he always had teeth, but we never knew whose. There was one day Hoo Tooth Jim was just moving his whole living room outside, and I was outside, and I go, hey, Jim, what are you doing? And he goes, it's too hot inside. Gotta move the living room outside, man. Because meth puts you to work. You ever see a meth head get shot? Gets right back up. He's got things to do. I'm happy the announcer knows what meth is. No. A real meth head is they're either obsessed with their teeth or not at all. You know, it's either they have zero in their head or they're just constantly brushing their teeth, so that way you don't think they're a meth head. You know? Yeah. Staten Island. I thought you guys would know about that.
You gotta go into Central Jersey for that.
I gotta go to Central Jersey. I gotta go back to the sticks.
Yeah, that's a little bit over our head. Wait a minute.
You know what? Just for that, give yourself another one. You know what? Just for that, give yourself another one. You know what? Just for that, give yourself another one.
Wow.
You're great.
Thank you. That lady's taking me home tonight.
Charo, she's in love.
That's it. That's it. I don't think I could ever take off that leather.
Wait a minute.
Keeping it tight, just like that leather.
Don't worry, I know I can take out you. That's okay.
I have no idea what you said.
Mike, shut up.
And it was so sexy. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm Nick Carra.
Hey, Nick. And I had enough.
Yes.
Wow. You really like him, huh?
Oh yeah, I like him. I like him. I like him. I like very young kids.
You like love? You know.
I like young kids.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
You felt the love.
I feel like Elvis. Love in the air. Ooh.
See, Charo, she's coming back.
She's coming back.
Big now.
Did you like the Bodybuilder, Bob?
Oh, yeah.
They come back in the bottom feeder world.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bob, what are you up to?
What is he up to? How many weights do you want him to lift?
I'm doing commercials now.
Wait a minute.
I'm doing commercials now in the city and some voiceovers and I announced bingo game.
Oh shit! I thought you.
Bingo.
Bob, I thought you were going to tell us.
Wow, you're really getting up in the world, huh?
Yes, I am.
That's it. Right. See, this show, you could thank.
Yeah, but that's right. You all came from here.
Right.
I made it to the top here. But you better hurry up. I'm 73 now.
Give us a number, B16.
Oh, yeah. Bingo.
All right.
Bingo.
All right. So our next guest, we got to move right along, Bob.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, our next guest is Farooq. Farooq Husain.
Farooq Husain.
Farooq. I'm sorry, Farooq?
Sorry, yeah, Farooq. F-A-R-O-O-Q, yeah.
Okay, Farooq.
Yes.
Farooq, everybody.
Farooq Husain, all right.
Yeah.
Mike, no, not at all. Mike Bocchetti is a great guy, guys. He's the best.
Yeah, you haven't seen him lately.
Oh, no, I have. I saw Mike recently. Mike's great. Mike's getting younger with comedy, which is impossible. Look, his hair was gray the other week, and it's black now.
I love it. I guess I want to get back.
This guy's getting biceps. Look at these biceps. Showing you he's working out. Mike shows them. Oh my God, come on. Look at that. Give him a clap.
Bob's going to be cut up like the Rock.
That's right. All right.
Well, maybe half the Rock.
Before the show started, Charo asked me who's the guy with the beach bud. I'm like, oh, it's Mike Bocchetti.
Right. So, Farooq, where are you from?
Staten Island, but I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Pakistan.
Ooh, great.
Yeah, hot and spicy, right?
Oh, hot and spicy. I love hot and spicy.
This show is getting so popular. It's an international show now.
That's right. That's right. My parents, when they heard that I'm going to be on the
international.
Yeah, my parents, when they heard I'm going to be on the show, like, that's it. You've made it. That's it. You're good.
That's what you heard, right? From there, right?
Yeah, they started calling me doctor for no reason. It was crazy.
Do they watch the Staten Island Comedy? Do they watch the Staten Island Comedy Show?
They're working on getting a TV, but one day do.
So who's your favorite
This is the only comedy show
my
that
favorite
laughs at the
comic,
wrong jokes.
at the moment, I would say my favorite comic right now is, I would say, it's a tough one, but I would say John Mulaney. I like John Mulaney. You guys know John Mulaney? Yeah, he's a new guy. Yeah, John Mulaney.
Oh,
Otherwise, overall, I would say George Carlin. George Carlin.
Oh, I thought you was going to say be Nick.
I know him.
Nick is my favorite best friend comic. Nick is my best friend. Yeah.
Buddy. All right. You saw him here on the Staten Island Comedy Show.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Where can they see your schedule?
You can find me on a bus stop. You could find me in the deli line.
Yeah, right.
No, but you can find me on Facebook or Instagram or, the social media. You can look at Farooq Husain or just alert the FBI, whatever is easier for you guys,
Okay, so you got an act for us?
Yeah, we do. All right, guys.
Farooq
Husain.
That's enough of that, guys. Every time he plays the drums, I hear one of my eardrums, like my fucking eardrums pop. Almost stabbed me. I was sitting in the corner, almost stabbed me with the stick. You guys see that before? I love the Trump bear and the jacket and everything, though. Cardi B's grandma's here, guys. You guys notice that? Cardi B's grandma's here.
I
It's
am
amazing.
here.
Cardi B. She used to be the old people's Cardi B, but now she's also the young people's Cardi B. We have Mike Bocchetti here, which is great. Give it up for Mike Bocchetti, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. You guys know about what happened with the Robert De Niro stuff on the Tony Awards? You guys hear about that at all? Nobody? No, we don't watch the Tony Awards here. What's going on, guys?
We're watching you.
Yeah, you know
So we're here
what
watching
happened
you.
was this guy's gonna love this. Robert De Niro. I'm sure you may have heard about this. Maybe you're a political guy.
Right.
Robert De Niro went on the Tony Awards and he said some things about Donald Trump that weren't very nice, right? And my Italian friends are really upset because there's Staten Island, it's, Italians, and they were really upset because if you ever talk to an Italian about cinema, they know 3 movies, right? You guys want to name them with me?
Hey, Henry.
Godfather, Casino, Goodfellas, and if they're really, really cultured, My Cousin Vinny. That's about it, right? That's as far as that goes.
Well,
Yeah, and then so my Italian friend Sal was really upset. He was like, "You believe what De Niro did, of all places, at the Tonys?" I was like, "Wait, hold on. What do you think the Tony Awards are?" He's like, "It's a reward night for all the Tonys." I was like, "It's not what the Tony Awards are. That's not what Tony Awards are. You're mad about the wrong thing." It just kept going. There's a lot of good Tonys there that night, man. Tony Danza, Tony Shalhoub, Tony Braxton. I was like, "I don't think you're mad about the wrong thing, buddy. You're mad about the wrong thing." What else? I don't do well. Anybody? You guys do? You guys probably don't know, but like a lot of people do dating apps, and I don't do well on the dating apps. You guys, can I tell you why?
Why?
So I look like a Pakistani John Lovitz. That's why. Yep. That was a slow burn, but yeah, I got the drum roll. That's all that counts. But yeah, I look like a Pakistani John Lovitz, and it doesn't work so well. This happened. This happened the other day. I matched with a girl on Tinder. That's the swipe, right? I matched with her twice. She messaged me first, and then she messaged me first, and I think, hat trick, and I open up the message, and it says, "Can you not?" And then she immediately unmatched me. Rude, right? So I've made my own dating app. It's a lot like Tinder. It's swipe-based, but it's just pictures of me, whether you swipe left or right. It's going, "How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Your wrist must be tired. How about now?" I've come up with a name for it. Please download it. It's called Reconsider, and use my promo code PLEASE, all caps, guys. What else can I tell you guys about myself? This happened to me the other day. I got on the ferry and a guy from behind me goes, "Hey, Fat Aladdin." I was like, "Okay, you know what? Just Aladdin would have been okay. Just Aladdin would have been fine. Now I'm worried about being fat too, So after I stopped crying, Charo, I turned around and he was like, "No, not you, sandbag." And I was like, "Ah, shit, I kind of want to be Fat Aladdin right now." Fat Aladdin's got a story, right? I get to eat their bread in the beginning of the movie. My carpet has a weight limit, right? The song goes a little differently. "I can show you my rolls," right? What else can I tell you guys? When I was younger, I used to have this problem. I used to get Tony Montana confused with Tony Robbins all the time. Did you guys ever have that problem? No, I used to do that all the time, man. It was a bad problem. Then I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great if Tony Montana was a motivational speaker? He'd probably be the best at it, right? Because he'd just be like, "Before I used to wake up in the morning, before I used to say good night to the bad guy, right? But now I wake up every morning and I look in the mirror and I say hello to the good guy. I used to wake up every morning and I do a line of cocaine. But now I wake up and I do a line of positivity, It's still cocaine. Say hello to my little face, my daughter Elizabeth. Come outside, come. Here's my best friend, Elizabeth. All right, that's been my time, guys. Thank you so much. Keep it going. Bring it on.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Wow, that was funny.
That was great.
Really great. Great show. Great show, right?
Great
Bob?
show.
Yeah, great show, Bob?
Great comedians.
You sound like Tony
Great
the Tiger
comedians.
over
We
there.
have
Great,
great
great,
comedians.
great.
Great.
Tony, remember Tony the Tiger?
We have another guest.
Wait a
It's,
minute. Go ahead.
It's
Blue.
Blue. They call you because you're a paddleball player. You're the champion of New York City.
Anybody needs a mic.
Right.
I have You can talk it to my head.
All right.
To your little friend head.
How many things have you robbed with that?
Well,
Wait a minute.
You forgot to give me what to me?
What?
Oh.
You guys are nuts.
And they're the part of the Fred's Pro Football Picks
Pricks
sports
or
show.
picks?
Right?
Pricks or pigs?
Picks. He's on every week, and you watch the show and you go broke. But I was on the show too this week, right? We all were all there.
Yeah,
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We were
we had fun.
dancing and yelling and screaming and getting flags by Brian Lee P. Hour, and everything was going good, right?
Yeah.
We got 20 bags,
All right,
flags.
so Bloop, you have anything to say?
Oh, favorite comics, Howard Stern.
Your favorite comic, Howard Stern? All right, nice.
Because he likes a lot of melons.
Oh, yeah.
He likes looking at melons. in people's faces.
Melons, right.
Oh,
Okay,
it's a
all right.
melon guy.
And we got 1 minute, and we're going to say goodbye.
Oh, yeah, we got Elvis.
And we got Elvis coming out.
Where is Elvis?
Take us out.
Let's go.
We got some few sponsors tonight. We have Oriental Plaza for Chinese food. We have Talk of the Town. Gave us some nice sodas tonight. Talk of the Town Tavern. Great kills. And we have AJC Advisors.
And Diddly D.
And Diddly D.
Bagel and Deli.
Bagel and Deli. Diddly D. Okay. And we have Elvis. He's going to take us out. Elvis is in the building. And we're going to take us out. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. See you next time on Comedy Show. Woo.
Mike. Wrong song. Wrong song, baby. Wrong song, baby. Oh! Primary, baby. Come on. You could do it. You could do it, man. Dance, baby. Come on, everybody. Come on. Up, up, up. Left a good job in the city. Working for the man every night and day. But I never lost 1 minute of sleeping. Where about the things that might have been? Big wheel keep on turning. Primary keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. I cleaned out a place down in Memphis. I pumped a lot of pain down in New Orleans. But I never saw the good side of the city till I hitched a ride on the river Go Queen. Big wheel keep on turning. Primary keep on burning. Rolling,